Hi, I'm Jaipal Caleb and you're listening to Daily Newsings. Daily Newsings are musings on the daily news. For today's newsing, we turn to the Supreme Court of India. The Chief Justice of India has just changed. Justice Sanjiv Khanna, who was the Chief Justice of India, retired on 13th May 2025 and Justice Bhushan Ramakrishna Gavai was just sworn in as the new CJI today. Justice Khanna's reputation as a judge is one of integrity and honesty. That is something we must be grateful for. On his last day in office, he highlighted a truth deficit in the legal profession. He said, and I quote, "The public trust that judiciary has cannot be commanded. It has to be earned." End quote. He certainly worked hard to earn public trust for the judiciary with bold judgments marking his tenure. He raised questions on the functioning of the Enforcement Directorate while granting bail to then Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal in a money laundering case. Many believed the arrest of Mr. Kejriwal to have been politically motivated. Similarly, he was part of the bench that struck down the electoral bond scheme by the government as unconstitutional, preventing the possibility of political corruption, which is what the scheme had tried to legalize. Justice Khanna has also said that he will not be taking up any other job after his retirement. This is significant because promising jobs to judges after their retirement is one way of bribing them to deliver favorable judgments towards the one promising the job. Over the years, the government of India has been the single largest employer of retired Supreme Court judges. This could be an incentive for judges to give judgments favorable towards the government as they near retirement. Justice Khanna's decision to write to the President requesting that a judge of the Delhi High Court who was found corrupt be removed is also another instance of him prioritizing integrity as a judge. He even created history by being the first CJI to take up efforts to declare in public all the assets held by the judges of the Supreme Court. He did it in an effort to increase transparency and trust in the judicial system. According to the Bible, justice is one of the primary objectives for why God ordains rulers on earth. In Romans 13, Paul writes that the government is given the sword so as to punish the wrongdoer. In India, it is the judiciary that determines who is in the wrong and who isn't. When we think of our rulers and pray for them, we often first think of the executive, the Prime Minister and his Council of Ministers. We might then think of the legislators such as the members of Parliament. Of the three branches of government in India, the judiciary might be the most overlooked, but they are equally important, holding the other two in balance. And in times when the integrity of all the branches of government is being questioned, we must be grateful for judges like Justice Khanna. We can also be grateful for the new Chief Justice of India, Justice B.R. Gavai. Unlike Justice Khanna, who had an uncle in the Supreme Court, Justice Gavai did not have any relative in such a prestigious position. In fact, Justice Gavai comes from a humble background. In spite of their differences, what is common between the two of them is this: they both care deeply for justice and the due process of law. In high-profile cases such as that of granting relief to NewsClick founder Prabir Puriakasta and the Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, Manish Sisodia, Justice Gavai was vocal about due process of law. He said that even with cases of UAPA, that is Unlawful Activities Prevention Act, and PMLA, that is Prevention of Money Laundering Act, one must follow due process of law. While the judiciary in the country does have its strengths, it is also true that there are various challenges to justice in the country. The high backlog of cases in the Supreme Court of India, debates over the collegium system of appointing judges and accusations of nepotism in the system, and delays in delivering the verdicts on critical issues are just some of them. Let us pray that God blesses the new CJI, Justice Gavai, with wisdom and understanding to tackle the huge task before him. Thank you for listening to Daily Newsings.